Hi, my name is Matt Pickett. I'm from Colorado Springs, Colorado.
And it's time to snuggle up with the Wally Show precast.
He turned scary.
Yeah, there's something that got creepy about that, but I like it.
He was going into announcer voice.
Yeah, he did, and I love that. You can also be one of our announcers if you got the Way FM app.
Why is he snuggling up with us? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I like the spoon he heard. I don't know. It is a little odd. But speaking of creepy, you can't throw any creepy stones here, Becca. You guys might not know this story. Becca stalked Girl Scouts. Yes, you did.
Let's tell the story.
Go through the story first, because it is way creepy. If Zach and I had done that, if either Zach or I had done this, we probably would have gone to jail. But it's a little different for you.
Okay, so I was on a walk with my dog, and there's these Girl Scouts, these 3 Girl Scouts with their mom, and the mom's like kind of nudging them, and so they come over and they go, would you like to buy some Girl Scout cookies? And they go, oh, no, thank you, not today.
And then she turned Hadley on them, and Hadley bit one girl in the face.
That's not what happened.
That's what you should have done. I hate being bothered.
And they're like, okay, thank you. And so, but I got just a couple yards away, and I was like, man, 10-year-old Becca would be so disappointed right now, because 10-year-old Becca had to sell things door to door. 10-year-old Becca hated that entrepreneurial spirit, and I just turned it down in those girls.
Like, I got asked this weekend going into Walmart. The Boy Scouts were there, even though it was like a Girl Scout like National Day or something. The Boy Scouts were honing in on their territory, and they asked me, hey, would you like to buy this coupon thing or something like that? And
I love those things.
Do you really? Because I hate those. I'm like, I'm good, man. I'm good, man. I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. And I walked in. And, I like it when they're selling you, like, a candy bar, something tangible right then and there. That
you want immediate gratification.
I do. And so I turned him down. But when they come to my door,
I know.
I always buy whatever it is they're selling, even if it's a dumb coupon book, or I just give them a donation. If it's something I don't want, I'll just go, here's $10, I get, and then who knows what the kid does with it. When I don't have to claim this on my Boy Scout taxes.
Wait, so what happened?
So she turned the kid down.
I felt so guilty, because here are these girls trying to build their own business and going door to door, and they're doing the hustle and everything. And so I get further on the walk, and I'm like, oh man, I really should have bought some Girl Scout cookies. I'm gonna try to find them. And so I took Hadley through the entire neighborhood, couldn't find them, so I took her back home, got in my car.
Oh yeah, exactly. Even Betty Rock going, whoa,
driving around like creeping. I went down every single street,
slowly driving her car.
Wait a minute.
Played ice cream truck music.
Yes, exactly. Hello, girls.
I have a question. Was guilt driving you, or were cookies driving you?
Guilt, because you
That
don't understand.
bad?
I had to sell things door to door 3 times a year, my entire childhood. And I hated every second of it. And I hated that rejection. And I'm like, I just rejected these girls. I was every adult I hated as a kid.
Oh,
Did you find them?
I didn't find them. And about halfway through my drive through the
They were
neighborhood,
too busy drying their tears.
Here comes crazy Lady Becca.
No! About halfway
Come
through
here,
it,
kids. City kids. Are there kids in my neighborhood?
I did.
Thank goodness you got rid of your minivan, because that's
very
way worse.
That's very true.
Held
But
together with duct tape.
halfway through, I did think, what am I going to do if I find them? Like, I'd pull over and I'd get out with my hands up and approach the mom first.
Yeah, exactly.
And be like, I just want to buy some cookies. I'm not a stranger.
That is so crazy.
And it's one of those.
And you never found them.
I didn't find them, but it was one of those first moments in my life where I realized, man, now I'm the creepy adult.
I know, and we have those. Everybody's
stranger
got
danger.
Those. Yeah, Zach going to football games when he doesn't know anybody at the school.
High school football is the best.
Yeah, it's still creepy if you don't have kids there. I mean, we all do creepy things. Like me trying to be cool with my daughter's friends. Like, hey, kids. And it turns out to be like Gary.
Like my new skinny jeans?
Yeah.
Ew.
Like, this is really bad. This is really bad. I was really funny, but they were watching a
No,
video.
you weren't funny.
Yeah,
you thought you were, but you weren't. You were like,
You weren't there.
It's Dad trying to be funny.
No, but they were watching a video of this one performance from this group, and it was just horrible. And before they had done this, I knew they were gonna sit there and kind of trash them, and I'm like, and I told my daughter Haley, I'm like, you know what, they tried, and it's like, remember to be kind, so when you watch this, don't just go out and bash them. And so they're watching this thing, and Haley's not trashing them, and who jumps in? Me,
You do. You're the mean girl.
I know. I became the mean girl. The things I said were
No,
funny.
he's the
but
one that's hanging out with all these teenage girls when you should just go. They're
I know.
watching videos.
Well, they're in my living room. I happen to be there. We don't have a house where like we don't have a great like a basement where the kids could go hang out. They have to hang out in the living room. And so I was just there, and I started like I had an audience, so I
Didn't
started
have
making
anything to
jokes.
do. Yeah.
It was just
And they
it was
didn't
horrible.
laugh like typical.
Yeah, no, it was horrible. I felt bad about that one. I missed the mark on that.
We had to sell M&Ms for Pee Wee football back in the day, and so I just bought them all and then I refused to go door to door selling them. We just wrote a check for the whole thing and then we gave them away or whatever.
See, so we had fundraisers because I went to a Christian school, so we did the 3 fundraisers. And when
All
you're a
the time.
kid, you win the like toys and stuff. So you want to try to sell enough things to get the toys. But when you got into high school, if you sold enough items, you could get out of half of your term paper for that semester.
Wow, that's not bad.
So that was a pretty good incentive to cut 12 pages down to 6.
Is that not insane that the school is, in essence, hiring kids to do work for them to make
Right.
money and then rewarding them with academic reward? Like,
with less education.
that's really fishy.
My school was pretty fishy on a lot of things. We would have like character building days where we just go sweep.
Oh,
like
what?
wash windows. What?
I guess like service hours or something. Or
No, just
No?
the school needed some help. And
Oh,
so
well.
we.
I do think that should be a part of the education. Like, instead of having janitors, kids should take ownership of.
Yeah, like a prison.
Yes.
That's what they do in prison.
Exactly.
I get
that teaches
that.
you a lot of good principles.
I get that, but my freshman year of high school, the gym was finally being finished, and I missed more days of class that year than any other year because they're like, "Hey, we need some help in the gym. Why don't you skip English?" And we're like, "Yay!"
Yeah.
Go do physical labor.
We had
Is this school still?
Yes,
it's still.
I ain't going to English.
Yeah.
it's not accredited. But
It's funny that Betty wants to throw rocks at your
Yes!
school
Oh,
when
mine's
hers got
fine.
shut down.
Yes.
Hers actually shut down.
Okay,
Like the
yeah,
trailer blew away, right?
Shut up. Yeah, mine actually did shut down. But ours was a small Christian school. But ours, they never let us out of school. Like ours was the opposite of yours. One time, a squirrel crawled into the electrical box and shut off all of our power. And it was exam week. They told us to crowd by the window and use the sunlight to do our exam. And I remember
Why did they just let
David.
you go outside?
The guy named David in my class, he was copying everyone's papers, and I was trying to like cover mine up and make sure no one was cheating off mine. And
You were
they
distracted by the smell of freshly grilled squirrel. You're like, that smells so good.
and they shut down our water at one point, and they said if you need a drink or need to use the bathroom, you better do it now because for the next 4 to 5 hours, you're not going to have an option.
oh man,
And normally that's when somebody like they have to do work on the plumbing or whatever, and it's like because the school is growing. Hers is just because they didn't pay the bill.
Yeah.
Oh, we did. Every year when it got really rainy, we had to rearrange our desks because the ceiling tiles would start caving in.
Yeah. How many people in your graduating class again?
4.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like your family's
that happen?
not broke.
How does
Your
that
dad's a successful accountant. Like
They don't care.
Yeah, that's what I. Did Dirk go to the same school? Your brother Dirk? Because I have a feeling Dirk went to like private boarding school,
Oh
and they
my
just
gosh,
shoved
that's
back
so
up wherever
bad.
they could.
That's so bad. We did though, like we were out in the country. Like you could look out in the window and you could see like deer, turkey, rabbits, raccoons trying to get into our lunch boxes.
Sneaking out of her lunchbox.
Yeah. What? Yeah. What? How many kids were in your graduating class?
We had 15.
Oh, your
That's
school was
huge.
bigger than
I
Becca's?
know. Mine was bigger than hers. That's
Were-
crazy. And
Becca,
mine
were-
was not shut down.
Yeah, were you at least valedictorian?
I was, and class
thank you.
president, and class chaplain.
Oh wow.
That means nothing.
You were very involved.
Yes, it does. I still was voted into those
Wait,
positions.
how
Betty.
many times did you have to go to chapel each week?
That'd be
Once.
horrible.
Once. We had to go twice. Every
Like,
Tuesday and every Thursday.
I was
chapel.
trying to get my head around this, like, because you could pretty much figure out who voted for who on those things. When there's only 4 people in your class,
Oh, so you
it's
knew-
not like Survivor, you know? Like, you could figure out who didn't like you.
It was unanimous because I was in a class of slackers, and so I was the only one that took a little bit of
campaign.
responsibility.
Yeah.
But the thing was, I was valedictorian.
What, did you have a slogan?
No, I didn't get paid.
boo.
We literally sat in the library. They're like,
Zach had a slogan.
"What was your slogan?"
You had to have had a slogan. When you
Yeah.
ran for...
I had endorsements from the seniors.
Nice.
When I ran my freshman year.
brother.
I had pictures of them on posters.
Nice. That's good, because all
Like
the
the cool
freshmen
kids.
want to be... Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
That was smart.
I don't remember if I had a slogan. I'm sure I
Were
did.
you class president?
Yeah.
Oh wow, we are the elite above
Yes.
the elite.
Yes, you guys are amazing.
I won the superlative
Betty sounded like she was drinking there.
Miscongeniality.
Oh, yeah, most friendly.
Yeah.
That's good.
I won worst driver.
Really?
Yes.
That was actually an option?
But there were only 2 of us in the entire high school that had our licenses, so I don't think that's very fair.
And you were the girl?
Yes.
So that was wrong, too.
Yeah, how was prom? Like, how weird is that?
Well, we did homecoming
banquet.
banquets, of course, and like
That's even worse.
But we had like altar calls out of me.
What?
Yes.
What did you do?
So you go and you take pictures and you eat your dinner, and then there's a little sermon, and it's like with every head bowed and every eye
Oh
closed.
my! There's 4 of us.
You're sitting around a card table.
Yeah. At one point in time during high school, we've all raised our hand to accept Jesus. You know this. Why are we still doing an altar call?
The entire high school did things together, though. It wasn't just the 4 of us. It was the entire high. There was like 50
There was
of us.
8 of us.
Did you have restrictions on your dress?
Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
couldn't
ours,
show
the
any
straps.
shoulder.
Oh, we were. Whoa,
Wow,
we were
scandalous.
sinful then because
Yeah.
our straps had to be at least 1 inch wide.
Yeah.
No, we had
And
to.
if they weren't, you had to have a shawl.
Yeah, we had to have the shawl, but they wanted like actual sleeves on ours.
Haley's going through this right now
Ow.
where she just got her prom or her banquet dress, and they can be strapless, but every dress has to be approved. So you have to take a picture of it and send it wearing it, or like a picture in the like on the model or whatever.
We had to take the dress into school.
Oh,
yeah,
we
and
had to
model
too.
it?
Dress
Yeah.
approval days.
Did
yeah.
you really?
And if the slits in the skirts, because we had to wear skirts or dresses,
Every day
and
to school.
if it was questionable, the vice principal would call you in her office and she'd say, "Okay, put your arms down." And if the tips of your fingers didn't reach the slits, then you were in trouble.
Ours just had to be below the knee. Like the slit couldn't go above the kneecap.
Right.
We've had girls at Haley's school. They'll go out when you buy a prom dress or banquet dress. They're not returnable, because they know like girls would buy them, wear them once, and return them. So you're on the hook for them. And there's like this little boutique somewhere in Columbia, and all the girls. The big fashion thing is to get a dress from this place, and they are between $400 and $800. Yes,
For a high school banquet.
Yes.
Ah!
So obviously we didn't do that because I told my daughter, I'm like, you realize this is dumb, right? And she's like, yeah, I totally accept that. So fine. So we didn't do that. So all these girls are buying these dresses, $800 dresses. Then they take their pictures and they turn their picture in after they've bought the dress and got turned down. So So basically you just threw away an $800 check on a dress that now the mom has to go back and buy another dress. Yeah.
That committee is probably run by the owners of that store.
Probably.
Yes, exactly.
I didn't even pay $800 for my wedding dress.
No, my wife didn't either. Her dress was $250, I think.
That's
and
what mine was.
Your dress was?
My
Yes.
wife's was.
Yes, that's awesome.
Awkward.
Yeah, we watch like Say Yes to the Dress and everything with Haley, and these girls come in. I'm like, my budget's $5,000, but I'm willing to go over a little bit. I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah. Mine was $600, but that was because I had to pay for extra length.
Oh yeah, that's that height thing.
Wedding dress, not prom.
Wedding dress. My prom dresses. I think the most I ever paid was maybe like $75, and that was this one dress, and I wore it all 4 years because every year was court and banquet, and so like one year I'd wear it on court and the next year I'd wear it to banquet. And the next
Really?
year-
And you didn't get called out for that? I think it's the dumbest thing. Like girls like sit there and they're like, "Oh, you wore that." Or if 2 girls have the same dress, that's always a problem.
Thankfully, my school wasn't that catty.
I have a question. How would they, because I know you met Joey in school,
Yes.
but like with a dating relationship in that high school, how did that work?
So I was allowed to bring, Joey came to my senior banquet because we were dating at that point, and I mean,
Why have we not seen pictures of that, by the way?
This
Yes.
is why they
I'll
had
show
an
you
altar
pictures.
call. They didn't know about him.
That's right. That's right. Because he went to a different school than you.
right. So we couldn't like touch or anything, obviously. Like it was basically just
No
bringing
holding
a friend.
hands.
Exactly.
Oh, a friend. Okay.
But the scariest moment of my high school career was when I had to ask permission to go to his prom because his school required, if you're bringing someone from an outside school, you had to have the principal from that school sign
You
it.
are kidding
Yeah.
me.
So he went to a legit public high school.
A legit school.
And so I remember like shaking, taking this form into my principal who believes that dancing is evil and wearing dresses are
my
like,
goodness.
scantily clad dresses or whatever, even though I had straps and everything. And it was terrifying. And he like gave it a funny look, but he signed it and I went to
Really?
prom and I was shell shocked because it's not what my banquet was like.
in our lunch line, they had a picture of Jesus's return, and there were crashing planes, crashing cars,
Oh, my
people like
goodness.
coming back from graves. So you had to like look
Oh,
at
my
this picture
gosh.
as you're trying to get through the lunch line.
That
I
is
still
cra-
remember
like,
that picture.
I went to what I considered a really super religious school at the time. Like, and now, like, I look back on it, and I think they've lightened up a little bit. Like, it's not nearly as restrictive as it was when I went there. But none of it, even when I was there, is to the level that you guys are on. Like, that's crazy town.
And am I the only one that went to a public school then?
I think you might be.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
crazy.
I know.
And you're not the most
Sinner.
normal.
No.
I did. Truth be told, I went to a public school for one semester. It was my junior year. I'd gotten in a little trouble, and I decided to leave school. I decided, but the funny thing is, I left school and I went to public school for one semester and hated it.
One semester.
I did. I went for one semester and I hated it because no one cared. Like, I liked getting a rise out of people, and so like all the uptight religious nature of school, it was fun to kind of push against that. And so when I went to public school, no one cared what you did. It didn't matter. And I was like, oh, this isn't fun. Like, how am I supposed to get through my day learning? And so I went back to my school, but I had to talk my way back in. I had to have interviews and
so
stuff.
he could have an audience.
Yes, that's exactly it. And I went back in.
I went to public school 1 year, my first grade year, and my teacher ended up getting arrested
No way. For what? Do I ask?
for
Do I
beating her
ask?
students.
Oh,
Physical abuse.
wow. Really?
Yes, and my dad was like, "You're never going there again."
Oh, my
Put me
goodness.
back at the
Wow.
school that I went to. Yeah.
Did like, was
Well,
that
we
you?
were sitting. No. We were sitting there eating dinner. I remember we were sitting there eating dinner, and my dad had the news on or whatever, and we look up, and there is my teacher's mugshot on the TV, and he goes, "Hey, isn't that your teacher?" And I said, "Yeah." And they go, "Well, so and so has been arrested for physically abusing her students."
What?
And my dad was like, "Has she ever touched you?" And I
Yeah.
was like, "No, like I've never gotten in trouble." He's like, "Yeah, you're not going there again."
That is crazy town.
So that was the end of my public life.
Wow.
Went back to private.
That is one of those things too. Like, but even in private schools, they have messed up situations
yeah.
and teachers in there and stuff too. And like,
Oh yeah, I got in trouble. Well, this isn't what you're going for serious, but I got in trouble for singing "We Are the Champions" by Queen.
at a Christian school,
At
you
a Christian
can't do
school,
that.
they said you can't do it.
Oh my goodness! I used
and
to.
I got written up.
I got in trouble for singing Reliant K. So.
Oh, that's even worse.
There
oh
you
my
go.
goodness,
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I used to come into the parking lot. I was such a rebel kid. Like I couldn't stand the boundaries. And like I would come in and I would make sure that before I got to the thing, I would roll down my windows and like I would crank AC/DC as loud as I could as I pulled into the parking lot in my Trans Am. Yeah, who's white trash here?
I'm starting to learn something about you.
Yes.
You are one of those people that if it was wrong to be right,
Yes.
then you do that.
100%.
You want to just do exactly the opposite of what everyone else is doing
100%.
just to get a rise out of people.
Yes.
So really, deep down, you're not a troublemaker.
No.
You just want attention.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Whatever
you
it
just
takes.
want attention.
A, I love attention, and B, I love reaction, and I love overreaction. Like I drive on there, and like some principal, like his head was going to explode because I was playing Black and Black as loud as I could, and it's like to me as a kid, I'm like, that's so funny. Like this adult is getting all worked up over this and is about to lose his ever loving mind, and this is the biggest thing in his day today. This is great. See, that's how my mind works.
wrong?
I was the opposite. I wanted to avoid trouble at all costs. Like we had a dress code.
Oh my
and I didn't
gosh. I can't. Oh, sorry.
No, I
She
didn't
found the
even push
picture.
it. I found
That's
pictures
bad.
of us from
Of you
high
and
school.
Joey?
Yeah, I was going to
It's
save
so
it for
cute.
after podcast.
Okay.
But do you want to see?
I want to see. I'm going to walk around. Keep
Okay.
talking.
Oh my lord.
Okay, so
you look.
this is our first. That's our first
Look at
banquet.
Joey. His
Here's our-
face is naked.
Here's our prom picture.
Oh, your
and then
dress is so cute.
That's cute.
It's
And then-
scandalous.
Here's a couple of years later when he got Bell's palsy.
And he got. Oh, that's
Is it
what
wrong to say he
that's
looks better with Bell's
terrible.
palsy?
That's terrible.
terrible.
Becca, I really like that hair color on you.
Thanks.
No,
You
Joey
should do
with a
that
beard.
again at some point.
The beard works for Joey. That's
Yeah.
weird seeing him without, because that's the
Oh,
only
yeah.
way
oh
we've
yeah,
known
he
him.
needs the beard for
No,
sure.
that was in high school. That was senior year of high school, and he had
Both
a job.
of those are.
Yeah.
So this one's yours.
This was mine. This was, like,
because you have a
December.
shawl over
Becca
your
had
shoulders.
a dress though that only had a little spaghetti strap
I
on
know.
it.
And then the back
Did you
laced
show
up.
your principal? He
the
would
back
have
was
been
laced
disappointed.
up.
Yes.
Oh, that was going to his prom,
Yes.
so you could be a worldly woman.
Right.
Wow, I'm
I know.
disappointed.
Becca, I see you in a different way now, and I'm going to
know.
say it's in a
It's
negative light.
I don't like
nothing
this,
showing.
Becca.
Oh, my
Yes,
goodness.
it was horrible.
This
Oh,
was
my
her
goodness.
way of being rebellious.
I do
The
remember.
problem is we can't post that picture. It's so bad on WayFM.
Oh my
That's
word.
not true at
That's not
all.
true.
You're terrible.
You know
That
what's
dress
funny?
is really pretty.
This morning while I was prepping for the show, there was a link at the bottom of an article that said like 40. Would you let your daughter go to prom like this? So I clicked on that because I'm like right in that thing, and it's all these dresses of these girls. Oh my gosh! Like their parents are letting them go to prom dressed like this. Who does that? Like girls that are just like falling out of their things. I can't believe there's a mom or a dad that goes, "Honey, you look great in that. You
They
look
might
really
have changed
hot."
in the car.
No, these are.
You don't know.
Oh, there's no
No.
They
way.
could have been in a different dress when they left home and then
I don't
changed.
think
No, these
so.
are like pictures taken at home, like a lot of these. So to me, it's
that's
like,
gross.
to me, this is like a mom that's like didn't have her great prom or for whatever reason is now living it through her kid. Like, oh, you're gonna be the best looking, like hottest girl at prom, and they allow them to dress like that. It's absolute insanity. I'm like, okay, like when we got Haley's like it's classy, it's elegant, and
It's a pantsuit.
Yes, yes, it's a suit of armor actually.
It's a habit.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
my
my goodness,
gosh.
I'd love her to have that.
Wait. Becca was going to say something about being rebellious. What were you going to say? Because
Oh.
he was talking about needing attention all the time. I can't see you being rebellious at all, except that. That
that's
spaghetti
not-
strap
Ugh.
dress is enough to make me think, Becca, I don't know you like I thought I did.
I know.
You're a totally different person.
I know.
I got in trouble one time for just kicking the wall and made a black scuff mark, and that made me cry in the principal's office.
Really? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I didn't like to cause any kind of ruckus at all.
I got in a lot of trouble for
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, and I still have. But the funny thing is I still have to manage that inside of myself as an adult. Like it's, you would think, what
Sometimes
am I,
you manage it,
47?
and sometimes you don't.
I know, I try, but at least I'm trying. But no, I literally still have to manage that because, like, if we get into times where there's not like chaos or conflict, like it drives me a little bit crazy. Like, it's
that's what people say is good.
I know, but that's my problem. Like I find myself like taking things that are small and blowing them out of proportion just to have some sort of like stimuli or something. Yeah, it's not healthy. I'm not saying it's healtty,
That
but
is
it's just
weird.
kind of how I'm wired. Like I'm in a battle with somebody in our corporate office, and they don't even know it right now because I'm so angry.
And they
about
could care
something.
less,
I know,
too.
that's exactly it. But all right, wow, we didn't get to any other things on this podcast.
busy talking
list
about
today.
spaghetti.
We didn't get
straps.
to the most important thing of the day.
What was that?
Do you know what today is?
It's Pie Day, blah, blah, blah.
No, it's not. What?
Oh, God.
Is it International Pie Day?
Yes!
Why are we not going and getting a pizza pie?
I know!
We should go get a pizza pie for lunch.
Lunch, Wally's paying.
No, I didn't say that, but pie 5 would be good.
Wally's paying.
Wonder if they're
'Cause
having a
it's
special.
They should.
They should if they're not.
We should go to Pie 5 for lunch. That'd be fun.
If Wally
go now.
pays.
And we should take audio clip of this, Pie 5 on Mallory Lane, and let's play this for them and see if we get it for free. I know we can't do this on the radio, but I think the internet's the wild, wild west.
Until they're like, we're not on Mallory Lane.
Oh,
Anyway.
nuts. Where are they?
Cool Springs.
Cool Springs Boulevard. That's
Jeez,
it.
now they're really not going to let us.
Dadgummit.
And
All
we
right.
still have one of their knives.
Oh, that's right. I have tried.
Why do you have a knife? Why did you walk out with a
No.
knife?
I didn't.
We did a party and they had like a giant cookie cake. And
4
so,
years ago?
Yeah, and so they brought us a giant like
Yes.
butcher's knife. And I've thought so many times about returning it, but if you walk in there holding a
With
knife,
a knife.
I'm
Hey,
thinking,
you got your knife!
yeah, I'm thinking you're gonna get taken down.
I know what
Yeah.
knife you're talking about, and that thing is huge. It's
It
something
is
you
under
see
your
on a
jacket.
murder
Yeah.
movie.
I've chased you with it before. It's that one.
yeah,
the
you
blue
stabbed
handled
the
one.
you
You
stabbed
chased
the
my
station.
daughter with
I
it.
chased your daughter with it.
Yeah,
Yes,
you stabbed the
I
station
stabbed the
table with it.
Yes, I have problems.
And that was one of those times where you wanted to get a reaction.
Yes!
Attention!
And I got it. Like everyone freaked out, and all I did was stab a table. What are you gonna do? All right, so let's wrap this thing up and go to lunch. And thank you, as always, for being a potty. This is the Wally Show, and I'm very proud of Becca.
Oh.
Look at that. That doesn't happen often, huh? We got through a really stressful week last week, and it was a week where everybody seemed to be bringing in food, like, and good food all week long. Like, just, there was, pizza brought in or, like, great food and stuff. And it's really hard to, when you're here, to not eat free food. Like,
Right.
it's the best.
And they had like 5 courses of free food. It wasn't just a meal a day. It was breakfast and snacks, and here's some chocolate, and here's
Yeah.
some chips, and here's some donuts that I brought.
Yeah, I did not do very well during this, like, because I found myself having pre-breakfast, breakfast, then post breakfast, and then snack, and then lunch. Like, so I had like 4 meals, or 5 meals before I even really got to my afternoon snack, and it was just
Before you got to your scheduled afternoon snack.
It was a bad week for Wally. Wally, my weight went up a little bit, and look at you, Rock. Must be nice not to have these problems. When is your metabolism going to kick in? But Becca, you actually lost a little bit.
I did.
Wow, way to go,
Thank
Becca.
you. Thank you. So Wally and I have been sitting around 175, where we've been about the same weight for a while. I dropped to 171.
Yep.
Yeah, lost some weight.
Yeah, and her 4 pounds that she lost, I picked them all up.
Right there.
I got all 4 of them. I'm at 179. Like, just dadgummit.
Maybe it's because you can't work out, because you've got that boot on your
Oh
foot.
my goodness, Rock, you're my favorite right now.
Maybe that's it.
You just moved to new favorite. Like, that is amazing.
Why
You're
would
absolutely
you defend
right.
him? Why would you defend the man who just told you he had 5
I
meals
thought he
before
could
lunch?
pick up that I was joking, but
No,
obviously not.
no, not at all. No, I took that as a
Couldn't
gospel.
pick up on the sarcasm. Okay.
No, because I actually thought, okay, I got to work out, and then I thought I was going to do push-ups, but I can't with my foot. So then I'm thinking, okay,
How could you not do push-ups?
because you have to go on your toe, and I'm wearing a boot because of that stress fracture.
There's
So-
a lot that has to do with your foot when you're trying to exercise,
Right.
Becca.
Totally.
bad.
Thank you once again, Betty. Like, she just doesn't get it. But I'm very
I don't
proud
think
of you.
get it either.
Becca. This is the Wally Show, and meetings are just a way of life when you work at a company. And I don't like meetings.
No.
They drive me crazy because a lot of times the information that you spend going over could literally probably be done in a smaller meeting in about 5 to 10 minutes.
Or an email.
Yes.
A 5-line email.
Maybe even a text, something. But a lot of times you get stuck in these meetings, and a lot of times for us they happen like at the end of our work day, basically. So I'm kind of tuckered out by then. I leave it on the field. I give it 110% when I'm in here, and then after that I'm like, I'm just done. And so we had a meeting recently, and Betty Rock actually started taking pictures of people in the meeting.
Well, I was sitting there and I was looking around and I noticed boredom written on everyone's faces, and I thought, this is great. So I started taking pictures of people when they weren't paying attention, and I got one of you, and you are just laid back in your chair, eyes closed. You could care less what anyone is saying. You could care less what they think about that you're laying there.
Not even trying to hide
even
it.
trying.
Yeah, not even like
Just sleeping.
hand on the head where
No.
you're kind of like that.
Oh,
No.
No, you were laid back. Like the chair is back.
Like when your grandpa's just laying there and then falls asleep.
Yeah, in the chair watching TV, watching Wheel of Fortune.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what happened.
He
And-
just called you old.
I know, but that's okay. I don't care. I like my naps. And so I'm out, man. Like, I'm laid out like that. And so I don't know who is worse in this equation, myself for just blatantly falling asleep, or Betty Rock for
Oh, it's
stopping
you.
paying attention. No, she didn't. Gotta let me finish. She didn't. She got distracted and then was taking pictures of everybody.
By you. So you were distracting me.
Oh, I don't know.
So what I did was I took a picture and I posted yours, just yours,
Yeah.
on our Facebook page and asked people, what do you think he's dreaming about? And we had some pretty funny comments. Joe and Tamara said they thought you were dreaming of swimming through candy like McDuck with his money.
Like Scrooge McDuck
Yeah.
in the safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I've had that dream before. It's fantastic.
Marila, she said eating Girl Scout cookies while dancing under a rainbow.
Wow, some of my favorite things, actually.
Yeah, Natalie, unicorns and wolves frolicking harmoniously under a full moon.
Oh my goodness, it's so nice. People know me.
That would never happen in real life either. So
I know, that's what makes it beautiful.
right.
Well, this is something that also won't happen in real life. Heidi said, winning Project Runway to pay for Haley's tuition.
Oh, that is awesome. All of those are very plausible dreams for me. So that is fantastic.
And something you saw as better than paying attention in our meeting.
Every one of those would have been better than that meeting, quite honestly, man. That was brutal. I don't know how you guys stayed awake, quite honestly.
Why do we have to tell the people what they need to hear?
Why can't the news be fun?
It's the Wally Show News.
And Becca is going to get you caught up with what's going on right now. What you got, girl?
It's interesting how much this election has turned into stop Trump for the Republicans, no matter what it takes. That's the case in
And the funny thing, he's on their side.
Yeah, I know, right? That's the case in tomorrow's Ohio primary, though, as Marco Rubio is encouraging his supporters not to vote for him.
Really?
Yeah, he's saying, asking them to back John Kasich since he's most likely to beat Trump since it's Kasich's home state.
So Rubio, who's in this thing still,
Right.
Kasich is in it, Trump's in it. So Rubio says Kasich, it says all your supporters, my supporters, vote for Kasich because he thinks Kasich has a chance to win Ohio because he's from Ohio, right?
Correct. He's the Ohio governor.
Okay, so there you go.
You are so into this.
That's how little I know about
okay.
Kasich. I know nothing about Kasich. Like he never like really showed up like enough in the surface level reports.
Even though like 8 months ago I told you to keep your eye on Kasich.
I know, but no one else did. Like no one else. They never do reports on him. I didn't even know he was still running.
Some of them still don't know how to pronounce his name. This weekend I saw someone call him Kasich. I'm like, dude, the dude made it to the top 4. At least honor him with pronouncing his name correctly.
So Rubio so badly wants to win this thing, and Kasich does, obviously, as does the other guy, whoever's in it. I don't even know, Cruz. So they are all uniting to try and stop Trump. That has to make Trump feel good. Like when you have all your people telling each other to vote for other people and just to hose you, that's a feather in his cap.
Speaking of Rubio, though, he had a heckler over the weekend, but the subject matter was different than that of your average protester.
That's enough. I have to tell everyone the truth. Marco
Jeez,
Rubio tried to steal my girlfriend. They met in New Hampshire, and she doesn't look at me in the same way anymore. He's a little bit better looking than me.
Oh, yeah. That's a weird heckle. Like,
right.
It's a compliment. Usually when you're getting heckled, it's you're trash talking somebody. But his is like, you're so good looking, Rubio. My girlfriend likes you. Like, all right, heckle me all day at that point.
Yeah, go ahead. Whatever. Don't kick him out. Over the weekend, there was an attack in the Ivory Coast. 16 people were killed, and Al-Qaeda is taking responsibility. And some people are saying that Al-Qaeda has been stepping up their attacks to actually compete with ISIS.
How insane is this world that we live in when that's like the thing that people think about when they wake up in the morning? Like, oh, how can we be more evil than that evil organization? We used to be the most evil, but now we are not. We are slipping. Now we need to be more evil. Like, who in their right mind wakes up like that every day?
I don't know. And just to have that goal of setting terror in people and to out-terrorize the other group, it's crazy.
Yeah, and so this is on the west coast of Africa.
Right.
And was it at a resort, like a beach resort?
They hit 3 different hotels in this beach town right along the coast there.
I saw like one of the most terrifying movies over the weekend. It's a movie called No Escape, and it's got Pierce Brosnan in it and Owen Wilson.
Oh, that looked good.
Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, but we travel to these places.
Oh, right.
And like Marty, actually, it was freaking her out. Like she's like, I don't know if I want to travel ever again because it was a family that gets caught in a political, unrest in a country and all these horrible things that happen as a result of that. But this was a movie that did not stop. Like from minute 1, it was stressful, and usually there's that little bit where it kind of calms down and you get to breathe, and then it gets stressful again. This was nonstop stressful the whole time. And like if you have a family, you put yourself in that position of what would you do. Oh my goodness, by the end of it, I was exhausted at the end of this movie, and I'm still going. But like my wife, she's iffy for Africa now based on that movie. So we'll see how this shakes out, because we're supposed to be going to Africa in about 2 months with Bloodwater, which we're all really excited about. But interesting movie. And that is going to have to do it for your news for this hour. I'm sorry we ran out of time there, Becca. If you had another story, hold it for the next one, and we'll get to that next hour.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
All right, it's time for Boys versus Girls, where obviously the guys take on the ladies here. We are winning overall 4-0 right now. And why this is important to you is that if your gender wins, you can call to win a prize at the end of this thing. So pulling for the ladies, hoping for a big comeback for them this time. Here we go. In feet. Not feet and inches. In feet, Betty Rock. Okay. Because we've had some problems with that in the past. In feet, how long is the Statue of Liberty's right arm? Oh. Her right arm. Not the one holding up the torch, but the one holding the book.
No, the right one's holding the torch.
Okay.
Also, they have the same length.
Yeah. Is it by the outside length or the inside length?
No idea.
Are
You're
you
right. They would be different.
Wait, say the question again.
In feet, how long is the Statue of Liberty's right arm?
How long?
Now,
Okay.
I'm not writing these things, so it's not a trick question. I'm seeing them for the first time, as are you. So I do not know. I have been to the Statue of Liberty before.
Me too.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So that should give us a leg up here, Betty Rock, but I don't know that it will.
I don't know what my teammate is doing, but
Yeah,
she looks crazy.
I try to visualize it.
If I knew how tall the Statue of Liberty was, it's deceptive how tall the actual statue is because it's on that big
And your
platform.
arm is pretty much to your hips.
Yeah.
A little bit longer.
That doesn't mean anything.
All right, everybody get your guesses
Maybe.
down. Let's start with Betty Rock because she has been there. So we'll go with
This
Betty Rock
might be
first.
way under or way over. I'm not sure. 52?
52, okay.
I said 31. Got a
Oh.
good spread. We're good.
Okay.
I
Okay.
said 93. Zach?
I think I'm way under. I said 27.
Oh, wow. I had the high end of that one. All right, so in feet, the Statue of Liberty's right arm is actually 42 feet.
Becca got it.
Wow.
Right?
No, you're
No.
Or wait, yeah, Becca got it.
Yeah, Becca got it. Zach was wrong, too. Zach was double wrong.
Yeah, that's
Double
like
win.
that's like you just handed them some ammunition there. All right, the girls usually win the first question, and then they implode somehow from there.
They get so self-confident.
and they get excited about one question. When this is not a sprint, it's a marathon. We know that. We're pacing
Focus on
ourselves.
winning the battle instead of the war.
That's right. All right, so here we go. You have 2 more questions to go, and in 15 minutes we'll find out if the girls can hang on to this lead and actually turn this into a victory, and if ladies will get a chance to finally call to win this game. So we'll find all that out in 15 right here on the Wally Show.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
This is the Wally Show with boys versus girls, where the ladies are winning right now, which is good news if you are a lady, because if they can hold on and win this thing, only ladies can call to play the game here and win a prize. But if the guys come back, then only guys can call. It's 1-0. Here we go. In U.S. dollars, what is the highest purchase price paid for a painting done by elephants?
Oh.
Painting done by elephants. They'll put a paintbrush in their little trunk there and make them paint, or
It's a scam.
they step on things. How is it a scam?
I've seen this in person. It's the handler just pulls their tusk and tells them where to go.
That's pretty. If that, I will say this though. Granted, maybe it's a scam as far as the elephant doing a lot. But if you're such a good artist that you can move an elephant's head to paint something, that's pretty impressive as the guy.
Well,
Like,
okay, yeah, but not as an elephant.
yeah, not as an elephant. All right, so here we go. Get your guesses down. Highest amount paid for a painting done by elephants. Everybody get your guesses in there. Becca.
$1,615,058.
Wow, that is a big guess. And again, we've seen this happen. And I think it's kind of impressive. Sometimes they have them step on it and do something.
I just feel like maybe the first time it was a really big deal
Yeah.
and someone paid a ton of money.
Now you can get them at elephant parks all around the world.
Right.
Okay, Becca. Or
I'm
Betty.
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 We've
You.
got a good span here. I said 10,000.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
That's not bad.
I feel good.
Zach.
I said 2,000.
2,000. Ooh, I said $3 because I thought everyone was gonna go way high and be like Becca and say $1 million. So I was playing the odds here. So the actual price.
The girls have a pretty good span here. Like, for them to lose at this point would be shocking.
Don't stop.
I know.
No, I'm
mentioning
saying
it.
it's a
Yeah.
good thing. You guys.
What was
had
your guess?
great
$1 million
guesses.
again, and what was Betty's?
10,000.
10,000.
My name is
Yours
Betty.
2. Well, the good news is, whether I know your name or not, you actually got it.
Whoa.
What is it?
$39,000 in
Okay,
2005.
The
39,000.
only way that guys could win is if they get this third
get-
question
I know.
right on the
Exactly
dot.
right.
I
I'm
was
really
telling you guys
pulling
you
for
were
them. I
good
hope
place.
they
I
get
know.
it. Because
Hope
if
you get
this
it.
happens, that you need to be listening
I
because
just-
you're John.
Oh, I just feel like I just watched an episode of The View with all the ladies just talking at once, and I just wanted to click the button. All right, here we go. Final question. In what year was the submarine invented? So it's a year, so we could get this right on the money, but we do have to get it right on the money, Zach, to come back. What year was the submarine invented? Everybody get your guesses down.
Nope.
Becca.
1878.
1878, okay. Betty.
I said 1902.
I think that's late because it was in the Civil War. Zach.
1749.
That's a good guess. I went 1819. I think I'm early. The actual answer is... Oh, this is so frustrating. Because 1749 wins the question, but it's not right on the money. 1775, it was a hand-powered
that's too bad.
thing called the turtle.
But you know what that means?
No.
We have not been here in so long, so I am happy for the ladies.
This is where he's.
It will be so nice to actually talk to a lady here for once playing this game. So congratulations, ladies. Good job.
Thank you.
Did a
We
good job.
earned it.
All right, so only ladies can call right now to win this thing. 877-91-WALLY's the number. That's 877-91-WALLY. Here is your question. We talked about something having a 42-foot arm in the beginning of this game. What is it? What had a 42-foot arm? You can win the question, or you can win the game right now with a very simple question. 877-91-WALLY's the number.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
This is the Wally Show, and kind of a happy, sad day.
Happy
Yay,
day.
moment.
Why is it a sad day?
Depends on your gender, because this is boys versus girls, and Becca's so happy because the ladies have finally won, meaning only ladies can call to win this. So, Pam, how are you?
We are good this morning. How are you all?
Fantastic, Pam. All right, you have a question because the ladies did well. And your first part of your question to win the game is, we talked about the arm of something being 42 feet long. What is that thing?
Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty is right for part A. Part B of the question is, how many tons does the Statue of Liberty weigh?
No, it doesn't.
What?
No, she won.
No,
This is
she
it.
has to get
got the
part
prize.
B.
No, she doesn't.
There was
I
never
make
part
up the
B for the
questions.
guys. No.
Because the ladies are so good, I don't want to treat you and give you an easy throwaway question.
No, every single time when a guy calls and you're like, what's the first letter of the alphabet? But when a girl wins and they call in, you're like, explain the theory of relativity.
Gonna need an answer from you on this one, Pam.
All right, my 8-year-old granddaughter's in the car with me. Kaylee, you guess. How many tons is it? 2,800. She said 2,850.
Wow, that is a great guess. Just a little off. It's 225 tons. I am so
you
sorry.
still win.
No, that's not how this game works.
Stop.
Nice try, ladies.
No.
All right, you are still the winner. You got it right.
Okay, yay for the girls.
Yay for the girls is right. Girl power. Who knows? This could be the thing that turns your guys' game around, and now you go on a winning streak after this.
All right, yay.
Boy, the girls don't even seem confident about that winning streak, do they? They're like, no, this was a one-off.
Wasn't going to hop in on that.
All right, well, congratulations, Pam. You are still the big winner today.
Thank you all very much.
Monday School is a chance for Wally to share what he learned at church and prove that he went.
And I did go this week, actually. I've been traveling a lot lately and have been missing church a little bit.
Did you get to park in the visitor parking?
No, I did not, actually. I parked in the regular parking. Like they recognized me, so that was good. Yeah.
Okay.
Even the Lord recognized me, too, that day, so that was nice. We were talking about there are times for most of us that no matter how long we believed in God, we still sometimes struggle with disbelief. Like we feel like God is not there, and it seems like our prayers are just bouncing off the ceiling, and we're kind of in this thing all alone. And in these moments, we have a choice to respond with what we feel or with what we know. And that's why knowing who God is so important. If you know who God is and how much he loves you, you can push through the times where you don't feel he's there or you don't feel that he cares. Because I think most of us have those moments. I know I do.
Oh, yeah,
sure.
I do all the time. And I'm thankful that I kind of grew up in the church, because I think a lot of that background comes from knowing all those things and knowing God is loving and knowing he's really there even if I don't feel it.
And that's why you're supposed to read the Bible and be in church, because it just further ingrains that stuff in you to carry you through those rough times. And you've probably heard that little kid's prayer, God is great, God is good, let us thank him for this food. But how many of us 100% believe that God is good? No matter how many times he's provided for us, we still tend to doubt him, and we're not alone. The characters in the Bible, like Moses, even struggle with this. At one point, Moses asked God to show him his glory, and it's cool because God said, no, you can't handle that. You can't handle my glory. It will kill you. It's so glorious. And so instead, God said to the children of Israel, I will show you my goodness. And then he did that through providing for them. Even in the midst of their wandering through the desert, he provided them food every day. and which they still complained about.
That's the thing. You always look at the Israelites and you're like, oh, they're so dumb. They always forget what God did. But I do that in my life. Like, I forget to look back. I get to that point where I'm like, God, where are you? Why aren't you providing for me right now?
Yeah. So when you look at your life and your problems and you think, how can God be good? God's goodness started by sending Jesus to take our place, because the Bible, I mean, it's very clear that we do not deserve salvation, that it's a gift from God because of his goodness and because of his grace. So, how do we start seeing God as good? We have to practice and learn to be grateful. And it is possible, even in bad times. And finding that one thing to be thankful or grateful for will lead to another, and then another. And before you know it, you start to see God differently and in a different light. And it's not tricking yourself into seeing God differently. It's just learning who he truly is.
They say it's smart not to talk about religion or politics.
He's the logic vacuum.
Well, we've never been that smart. It's the Wally Show News.
And Becca's going to get you caught up right now. What's happening?
Donald Trump had an interesting weekend of campaigning. First, he had to cancel a rally in Illinois on Friday due to the number of protesters and the safety concerns that come with that, of course. And then on Saturday, a protester actually rushed the stage.
I guess I have to do it myself. I know it's not... Thank you for the warning. I was ready for him, but it's much easier if the cops do it. Don't we agree?
That's awesome. I was ready for him. I was going to spring into action. I'm a trained black belt in Taekwondo Jitsu. Like, he just makes stuff up.
Jitsu.
Yeah, he just makes stuff up. Like, that's awesome. He's like, I was going to handle this situation, but I didn't have to because the cops.
Was the guy rushing the stage just because he didn't like what Trump was saying?
Yeah, that's what it always is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That just doesn't make sense. Like, why do you think you even get that far? I don't
know. Security's a little lax or something. Although I had heard that with the Chicago one, the Chicago police are like, he never had a conversation with us, and we would have said it's fine, that it didn't pose any safety concerns whatsoever. So maybe they just wanted him to get in trouble too.
There's always skincare products promising to reverse aging, but a new one comes with some weird side effects. It's a $135 face cream. You only get like an ounce of this stuff. But
what?
It's giving...
Wait, $135 an ounce?
For 1.7 ounces, yeah.
That is like...
it's crazy. And it gets crazier.
That's like a drug dealer.
I know. And it actually comes with nightmares.
Oh, there you go.
It's giving a lot of people nightmares. Users are reporting vivid, creepy dreams that go away as soon as they stop wearing the cream. Apparently, there's some kind of citrus oil in it that interacts with other medicines. So, like, if you're on a cough suppressant or something, like the two interact and it gives you crazy dreams.
Wow. This is worth trying out on you.
Yes!
Yes!
That's a good idea! Yes, why is that a good idea?
Because you have already really weird dreams. That'd be funny. She puts the face cream on and her dreams get normal.
Hey, maybe we should try it.
Yeah, exactly.
And finally, there's an 8-year-old in Wisconsin who's been on dialysis for 2 years while she waits for a kidney transplant. She's even living with her grandparents. She had to move away from her parents so she could better face treatments. Yeah. Her first grade teacher, though, decided to get tested to see if she was a match to donate her kidneys.
Oh, my goodness.
She ended up being a match. So she called the girl's grandmother into the school, and the grandmother thought, oh, well, the girl's in trouble, but gave her a present with a note inside that simply said, it's a match.
What?
So, of course, the grandmother was touched by that.
That is amazing. I didn't know you could put adult kidneys in 8-year-old kids. It seems like it would eat up a lot of space. Like the real estate would be an issue.
I didn't
but
even
maybe
think
not.
about that.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe kidneys are the same size for everybody.
I don't know if you know this or not.
Yeah.
Not a doctor.
Yes. Yeah, so I won't go to you for that one.
Okay, great.
Do you know your eyeball is the same size at birth as it is like the rest of your life? Who knew that?
I do now.
Yeah, your eyeballs are the same size. Like the actual ball. Zach's Googling right now.
No,
That's something I've heard, actually, that your eye doesn't, like, grow. Like, your eyeball is always the same size.
That's why some kids look so creepy when they're born.
Yeah, they got the like, crazy bug eyes and stuff like that.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so Zach will Google that to fact check me, and we'll probably bring you the latest update on that as well. But thank you. That's going to do it for news this hour. Thank you, Miss Becca. This is the Wally Show, and from time to time, we come across something that we're like, we're not really sure even how we feel about this. So let's get your take on it. It started with something that was a conversation on the show. It says, hey, I heard you guys talking about the subject of research findings that relationships are taking that next step forward when one partner allows the other to borrow his or her Netflix account. Subsequently, it was heard by me that some members on the show loan out passwords for watching shows on Netflix, which disturbed me. And then she goes on to say that I had a discussion with my 12-year-old son about this, and is this wrong? And I thought, okay, I don't use Netflix a lot really, and like a friend of mine said they have a show called Sherlock, and he was like, oh, it's a great show. Here's my Netflix password if you want to watch that show. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So we watched that show, and that's really all I've ever watched on Netflix was that show. But I'm thinking, okay, is that wrong? Is it like in their bylaws or in when you sign up for a Netflix account, does it say don't ever share your password with anybody? Like, do you guys have Netflix?
I share with my in-laws.
Oh, you're so bad.
I don't know that, but it's family.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, that's it. Where do you draw the line?
Right.
Okay, well, say I had a Netflix account and Haley goes to college. Can she use my Netflix account at college?
Because you're family.
Right,
100%.
we're family. So, but in the rules or by this conversation, I don't know if that counts.
There is actually a law in Tennessee is the first state that passed a law that sharing passwords for services like that is illegal.
Oh, really?
Really?
The record industry lobby is very strong in Tennessee.
Of course, that
and,
makes sense.
That was passed in 2011. However, I think Netflix now, because they can say, like, you pay for how many screens you want to be able to watch it on it at once. And so I feel like they're not as...
Is $8.99 then like their base level
two
is for
screens.
two screens?
Oh,
And then if
no,
you pay
that's
like...
for one. Because I pay the lowest of the low, and it's for one screen. Like if I'm playing it on my computer and then switch it to my phone, it says you can't. Like you have to take it off your computer.
So they have ways to block that. And so if they have ways to prevent it, it makes me think...
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. There was a documentary. I have Netflix, and there was a documentary I knew my dad would enjoy, and I wanted him to see it.
Right.
And so I gave him my password and my username, but I thought...
It's my dad.
But not just that. He's not going to get a Netflix account.
Right.
He just wants to see this one documentary.
So what's the
and that's
difference
it.
if you brought him over to your house and watched it with him, or you said, "Hey, Dad, here's my password. Watch it at your house." That's the thing.
I'm being thoughtful and letting him watch it in his own recliner in his own house.
You're giving away
on his
things
own
that are not
TV.
yours to give away.
Well,
it's
it's
a
just
tough
like loaning
call.
a DVD.
Yeah, or a book. You know, if you've ever loaned anybody a book, is that not
Except
the same?
it can only live in one place at one time.
Yeah.
Like it has physical limits.
But that's the same for the screen thing, like, because I'm limited. Like,
Because
if my dad
Netflix
is watching
limits
that
Right.
documentary, I can't watch anything
So if
until
you pay,
he's done.
Yeah, so if you pay to have it on 4 screens, then theoretically it shouldn't matter who's watching it in what location, right? I mean, that seems to make sense
Surely
to me.
they should have thought of this before they invented it.
Once again, I do blame Netflix, Rock. I think you're onto something here.
I think I am.
All right, let's do 5 calls it. You will make the decision here. Is sharing your Netflix account with other people wrong or right? Because I honestly don't know where I fall on this. I'm willing to be convinced on this one. 877-91-WALLY is the number. That's 877-91-WALLY. This is the Wally Show, and it's 5 calls it, where we're talking about the Netflix account that you have. Is it wrong to loan your password out to someone else so that they could watch a show or what have you? So what do you say, Rob? You're the first caller.
It is not wrong because they are very good at limiting the screens. So it's not stealing.
So you contend that regardless of who's using it, it's all about the screen, not who's using the password at that point. So there you go. I got you down. Not wrong. Number 1. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
All right, Lori, 5 calls it. Sharing your network's password, wrong or not wrong? Somebody called us into question about this when we were talking about sharing our passwords.
I would say absolutely not. It's just like if you have season tickets to the Predators or something and you don't use all those tickets, you can sell those tickets off or give them to somebody else.
Yeah, you let someone else use it. It doesn't, mean that you're a bad person for not using your season tickets.
Yeah, I had no idea they had this screen policy, but it actually makes a lot of sense. It really is the same as loaning out a DVD because it can't be in 2 places at once.
Exactly. So, yeah, that's kind of the game changer on it.
Exactly.
All right, Renee, 5 calls it. So far, 2 people said, no, it's not wrong. What do you say?
It's wrong. Well,
Uh-oh. Renee's not even sure where she falls on this one.
Well, with my account, I actually have 4 users. So my kids all have their own apartments, and I share with them. Now, I think if I went past that, then that would be wrong.
So for you, it's like if it's family-only sharing, then you're fine. But like them, maybe say them loaning their account to somebody else, that would be a problem if you go outside the family.
That would be wrong because we've got 4 users. So we have 4 users that can use it, and that's it.
All right, it's 5 calls it. Daniel, is it wrong to share a Netflix password? What do you say?
I'm going to say no for a couple reasons. So one, me and my brother-in-law were talking about this 2 or 3 days ago. and we decided to Google it. And it looked like the Netflix CEO came out and said, hey, we're okay with sharing. They said that earlier this year. So when they say that, to me, that's saying, you do what you want to do. It's not wrong.
Yeah, if that company, if their CEO is saying, hey, we know you're going to share and that's okay, that's why we limit the amount of screens that can watch it, that you have to pay for that. That seems to make sense. I didn't know about the screen limiting thing. That's something that we've just learned today.
And I do wonder if maybe they make more money on people increasing their screens than on that extra person who wouldn't sign up for an account anyway.
Exactly. Like, I know I wouldn't sign up for an account. Well, I don't know where I fall on this, because you could say, well, it also gives people the exposure to it where maybe they will become a client. And for me, it was the opposite. For me, I'm like, oh, I'm definitely not paying for this ever. But I guess it has that ability to, you're advertising for them. See, there it is.
There.
That's what you're doing. Came full circle. Took me a second. All right, Lisa, you are our final call on 5 calls it with this Netflix question of, is it wrong or right to share your password? What do you say?
I think it is okay because we do it.
Oh, there you go.
Well, there you go.
Enough said. There's the logic.
She has spoken for us all.
And we have a Costco account, and we share it. My dad, he lives in Ohio. I live in South Carolina. He has a Costco account. I have a Sam's Club account. We share it.
The Costco thing is weird, though, too, because you bring people in and you buy stuff for them on your account, basically, if they don't have a Costco membership. That was one I always wondered about. I'm like, oh, is that wrong or right?
Are we going to have to do another 5 calls it?
You know what? They don't really care. I work for Costco. They don't really care.
Fantastic, then.
Great.
That's good. So we don't have to do another 5 calls it.
Let's break all the rules!
Yay! We can do what we want today! And we can blame Lisa! This is the Wally Show, and it seems like there's an app for everything now. But did you know that your apps maybe give people an insight as to who you are? There's this thing I came across where they will try to guess your age by what apps you have on your phone. And it goes through a list of the different apps like Instagram, Pandora, Facebook, things like that. And so you basically take this quiz. Do you have this app? Yes or no? It's the fastest quiz you'll ever take. I think it's only like 14 yes or no questions. And you can take this right now at allwally.com and see what your results look like for you. And they say if you have a app that is similar to it, like say they ask you, do you have Facebook? But if you have MySpace, like, would that count? Yes.
Do they have an app?
Yeah. Does anyone still have MySpace anymore or whatever? I don't know.
I miss Tom.
Yeah, I know. He was my friend. So whatever, if you have an app that's similar to it, like Google Maps, but you have, Waze, I would assume would be a similar type thing. So there are some of the other ones here, like Google Maps, Quick Memo, Fitbit. Did anybody have Fitbit on their thing?
I do.
You do?
Because I have a Fitbit.
You do?
You do? What?
I'm not using it, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah, is it broken?
Really?
No, I'm sorry. Redbox. Who has Redbox?
I do.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Betty Rock? Yeah, you got Redbox for sure? Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. Tumblr. Anybody still have a Tumblr account?
No.
Tumblr bothered me because they didn't have the E in Tumblr.
I do have a Tumblr app because I was going to start blogging, and I have a draft of one post that has never gone up.
Really? Can you post that on our site? I'd love to know what it is.
I don't even remember what it's about.
I bet it was awesome.
Garbage.
No, I bet it was
Gibberish.
great. Come on, you should post that. Let me see. Walmart is one.
I don't think I have, but I have like Kroger.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have
That
other
would count.
grocery stores.
I think that would count. Like if you have one that's similar, they say to check yes. Again, you can do this at allwally.com.
The Walmart app is fantastic, by the way.
Is it really?
Oh my word, yes. You can, like, when I'm in the store and I can't find something, I just search it, and it tells me what aisle it's in, so I can walk straight there.
Oh, that's nice for Walmart.
Yeah, and then when I get done, I scan the code on my receipt, and it saves the receipt for me, so I can throw the receipt away. And if they find anything cheaper at other stores in the area, they'll give me the discount.
That's kind of nice.
So I made $5.
Well,
for
that's
nothing.
actually nice, though.
And to not have to, like, I can search all my receipts, so if I need to return a DVD, I just search DVD and
now it does it by the actual Walmart that you're in, so I mean it's accurate.
Yeah, it knows where you are, everything.
Because
yeah.
I go to with 2 different Krogers, and they're laid out completely differently. And I've always wanted an app when my wife is like, "Hey, will you pick up this?" And I have no idea where it is, and it takes me half an hour to find it.
There's no. I won't look for anything longer than like 15 seconds at Walmart before I open up the app.
And then I never ask anyone. That's the other thing I should do. I feel dumb asking for directions in a grocery store.
I asked for directions just a couple weeks ago. I was looking for pancake mix. I'm like, "Where's the pancake mix? I can't find the pancake mix." And he literally pointed down. I was standing right in front of him.
That's how it always happens too. And they think you're messing with them, but you're like, "No, I didn't see it." Geek. I don't know what geek is. Zach, what is that? I'm sorry. That seemed like I was setting you up there.
I am delighted to say I have no idea.
Okay, because I just figured you would know because you know.
Geek.
I did see that when I was like, huh.
You're fluent in geek. That wasn't nice.
You applied it first.
No, I meant because you're a techie guy. You know things.
Sure.
ESPN, that was on there. So you have that app, I'm assuming.
Yes, it's not as good as Bleacher Report. Anyway.
Okay. Words with Friends. Who has Words with Friends?
I don't. I used to.
Nope.
Oh, really?
No.
Betty, no?
I don't have the Friends part of that.
Yeah, I got all the words in the world. A little light on Friends. Pinterest. Who has Pinterest?
Me.
I used to. I deleted it.
What? Etsy?
Yeah.
No.
Me.
Yeah. All right, that's why my results did not come out as good. All right, so let's go through some of the results here based on ours. And again, you can take this quiz for yourself at allwally.com. Becca, what does your phone say you are?
It says I'm a married lady. They call me a lady.
That's true.
Older than 32.
Okay, that's not true.
No, it's a few years off.
Okay.
But yeah, pretty close. I mean, I'm married. I got my gender right.
Yeah, that's good.
It's
and
cute
just miss
older.
your age a little bit. Betty Rock, what did it say about you?
That's odd that it said that you're married because mine said the same thing except it said you're single.
Oh.
So where does that come in?
Wait.
Do you have any dating apps on your phone?
No, that's
Oh.
what I was thinking. Like that would make sense, but how does it know I'm single and you're married?
That's weird.
So
we
it
gotta
did-
we gotta compare our results.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait, so it did call you a single?
Yeah.
Really?
And that's odd. Like it would make sense if I did have a dating app on my phone, but I don't.
Right.
So-
Is it the cat apps?
Maybe.
Shut up.
Maybe. That could be it. Zach, what about you?
Mine said, I am a single guy.
Nice.
Under 32.
What? You are what you on your phone or what you want to be. Like, young and single.
He didn't agree to that.
Yeah, no, he didn't. For the record, he's like, no. So, wow, that's interesting. Young and single.
Do you think it's the ESPN?
I think it could be that.
Yeah. Snapchat. Did anybody have Snapchat?
No.
That was on there.
I have it on my phone.
That's
What?
why.
That's why.
That's why.
That could be why.
That's what all the kids are
I
doing.
have it because I think eventually we should have a Wally Show. I don't know, what are they called? Pages Pro. I know nothing about it.
Yeah.
I've opened the app twice, and every time I get so confused and I shut it down.
As soon as I want my daughter off Snapchat, we'll get that account because she'll be like, she'll run from it as fast as
Well,
possible.
because it's the next big thing. Like, it's growing huge, and especially with the younger demographic. So we should have stuff there, and we have, like, we could do
I got a
videos and stuff.
lecture
It'd be
on
great.
Snapchat last week, and it was so dumb that I thought, what is the point?
My daughter, Snapchat and Instagram. That's where like the kids are hanging out today. Those are the two places. So my results were I came out as married, which is accurate. Older than 32, which is accurate.
Right.
Yeah, and then you are either you are a middle-aged lady. Based on the apps,
You're a woman.
It did. So it missed my gender. Got all of you guys remotely right, but it called me a woman. So there you go.
Show of hands, who's surprised?
No, put your hands up, someone.
No hands are raised
No.
in the
All
making
right.
of this break.
Well, there you go. You can check it out for yourself, and hopefully your results will be better than mine at allwally.com.
These are the least important stories out of Hollywood, but nonetheless entertaining. It's the least of these.
And Betty Rock is going to get you caught up right now. What's going on?
We're going to start off with some very sad news.
No.
Yes. Reese Witherspoon informed her Instagram followers on Saturday that her puppy co-star, Bruiser Woods from Legally Blonde, he passed away.
No,
at
the Chihuahua?
At the ripe old age of 18. That's pretty good for a
Wow,
dog.
that is a lot of years, man.
Yeah.
I was surprised to find he was still alive because that movie's a bit older.
Yeah.
It was older than I realized it was.
Rest in peace.
Well-
I wonder if anyone got him confused with the Taco Bell Chihuahua or every other Chihuahua.
Well, did you know that he's dead too?
I know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And Airbud.
Airbud?
Airbud's dead.
Not
Yes.
Airbud. I
Sorry,
think they had,
children.
Yeah, I think they. Yeah, boo! Kids crying right now. I think Airbud. I think they had 4 of him. Maybe.
Yeah,
they-
maybe that was the first Airbud.
Yeah.
You know, What what's that movie? Homeward Bound.
Oh, they're all dead.
They're
for
all
sure.
dead. Yes.
That's an old movie.
Yeah.
Milo and Otis.
Hey, could we do a whole segment on dogs that have died and pets that we love that have died?
It's so sad.
This is really sad. Yes, he's dead.
Flipper?
No, dead. Just name off animals. Lassie, dead. There you go, kids. Hope you have a great day at school.
On to lighter news. Looks like Harry Styles isn't letting the One Direction disbandment get him down. He just signed on to be in an action thriller movie depicting World War II. Yes. It's not expected to be released until next year. So we have to wait.
Yeah, I wonder if it's a big movie release and he got lucky and got in there, or is it one of these like B-rate movies that they shoot in London?
I would picture like big tough guys, and he's just so little and
well, you always need one frail guy in the movies. Like, you need one frail guy.
He's going off to war, you know?
Yeah. Pip, pip, cheerio! Go and go shoot somebody. I mean, it seems like all musicians want to be actors and all actors want to be musicians. No one's ever happy with where they're at right now. Mm-hmm. Just like all radio people want to be on TV. That's why YouTube's great for us. We get to scratch that itch because the TV is never going to let us on because there's a lot of us that are not good looking.
Ariana Grande was on SNL's, was the musical guest this past weekend, and during one of the skits, she had to do impersonations of other well-known acts. See if you can name this one.
That's really good.
A great Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Okay, if you think that one's good, listen to this next one.
Oh my goodness. She went for the high register.
Thanks for singing over top of it.
Sorry. I can't not sing over that one.
I didn't even hear her part. I
know.
just heard yours.
You cannot not sing over that every time you hear that part.
Everyone else did.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys did that. I'm a Whitney fan.
Some radio people want to be musicians.
Yes, exactly.
They ain't got it.
Yeah, that was a really good Whitney from Ariana. I'm surprised.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
For being so little, she has got some lungs.
That was good because the first one, like, she does all these pop songs. That the Britney thing is easy. Like, for her, a lot of her stuff sounds kind of like that. And for her to bust out that Whitney song like that.
Can you do the Whitney one more time?
Like where it goes up like that. Here, I need a little background track. Yeah, that's
Zach
good
took
stuff.
his headphones off.
Yeah.
Easy way to remedy that.
Yeah. People in their cars are like trying to break their speakers right now. I wish I could just pull them off my head like headphones. All right, that's going to do it for your least of these. Nicely done, Miss Rock. This is the Wally Show, and regret is one of those things in life that you could spend a lifetime wrestling with. And so for me, I'm trying to live more my life where I regret less. And I come across this thing of things that people wish that they had done. And they're kind of like the most common things people wish that they had done in their life. One of these things is writing a book. I could see Zach wanting to do that.
I have a list of, I think, 7 titles of books I want to write someday. Yeah.
Well, is one, I want to write a book. That's
yes!
One of them.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I've shown you the list.
Yes. So you want to write a book.
2 is why I'll never write a book.
Exactly. Let me see. Trying an extreme sport. That doesn't seem like Betty Rock, but I think Becca's starting to be more in that zone.
I'm on this kick recently where I'm ready to go skydiving, bungee jumping. I don't know what it is, but I have the itch.
I know. I'm the same way. Mine's a midlife crisis. I don't know what yours is, but
quarter life crisis?
Maybe. And I was telling her about wanting to take glider lessons and fly a sailplane, and Becca's like, I'm in. Count me in. Like, good for you, man. She brought up skydiving the other day. I don't see Betty doing that.
No. I have no want to die. So.
And part of me is like, yeah, that could be fun. Like, it just puts a little edge in your life, you know?
No.
And excitement. Okay.
No.
Let me see. This is one that was funny that it made the list of things we wish we had done. Telling someone off. Like that person in your life that your whole life you've just kind of taken it and never really gone off and went, blah!
I was having a conversation with a friend the other day of how many lectures we've given to our steering wheel, like driving away from a situation. Like, well, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah. And I play situations out in my head either prior to or post, and like, this is how I'm going to do it. And then a lot of times you never do it that way. And
I don't
then,
see
like,
you sitting in that regret, though. I see that you have a regret of, I probably shouldn't have said that.
That was a more common regret for me. That definitely is more like, oh, that was not cool. Let me see. Taking a job outside the state or the country that you live in, that's something that people regret. I don't want to regret that. I actually want to live in either Europe or Africa eventually, at some point in time in my life. Those are two places that I love. And what I'd love to do is live in Europe, but do work in Africa, like with Bloodwater or Compassion or something, so that I'm closer on my travel. It just makes the travel less brutal. But I would love to do that. Betty Rock, no desire.
No.
Zach?
Not really, because I don't want to be that far from family.
Yeah, the problem for me though is not as much the family, because we're all spread out anyway. But it's the taxes, like being an expat and figuring all that out is just a nightmare. It costs too much money. Going back to school, Betty Rock, living that dream. She's at CCU right now, and you are in like the last week of one of your classes.
Yes, of American history.
She's getting so much knowledge up in that dome.
Well,
but what class is next?
English.
Nice.
Oh, it's the second tier. I've already taken the first one. Now I'm on to the second one. And I'm not looking forward to it.
You're a Dean's List kid. You're killing this.
I'm a Dean's List kid.
I'm proud of you.
My parents put that Dean's List little certificate on their refrigerator.
That's
I was like,
awesome.
Yeah, that's where it belongs.
Only child, because even at 30, her parents are still putting her work on the fridge. That's fantastic. All right, we're going to go through a couple more of these that are on this list, as well as ours, and we'd love to hear yours too. Those things in life that you just wish you had done, you haven't accomplished yet. And so we'll take yours right now. 877-91-WALLY is the number. This is the Wally Show, and we are kind of talking about regret in life. And there are times that you look back and you go, man, I wish I had done this or that. And I had come across a list of like common things that we all regret. And number one on this list was not starting your own business. And I actually understand that one. That's one of mine. Like, I wish I had started my own business. I can't own a radio station. Like, that would be a dream, but like, I don't have millions of dollars to start one. So I kind of I do this, but I'd like to do that or something entrepreneurial as well, that is more missional than just money making. Like, I'd like to do something that provides help for people like in Africa or something like that. That's like a regret that I haven't come up with the thing yet. I constantly am on these trips going there, and I'm always looking for like that thing that would be the big solution to a problem, and I haven't hit it yet, and I don't know why. Oh wait, I'm dumb. Like, that's it. I forget. I'm not an engineer or somebody amazing. So like, that's my big one of my big regrets in life. Zach, what is your regret? I'm curious.
I wish I had started a restaurant. Like, there was a restaurant I wanted to start back in college, and I think it would have been huge.
Really? Mm-hmm. Has anyone done that restaurant since?
No. It was going to be a tortilla-themed restaurant, so everything would be served on tortillas. This was right before the low-carb thing hit.
Okay.
So it would have been huge.
Right.
We had tortilla pizza.
So would everybody that went there.
Yes. Yeah, it would have been fantastic.
Yeah, I'm sorry that didn't happen for you. Have you seen those restaurants that are all like breakfast cereal? Like, they're all in college towns. Yeah, it's like everything is just breakfast cereal. I'm like,
you don't even have to make anything.
I know, it seems pointless to me. But college kids show up, you know. Becca, let's go to your regret next. Like, what do you wish you had done? Because you're so young still.
I know. Mine is pretty recent. I wish I had been more involved in college. I got very career focused really early on, and it's good. Like, I was super involved at the radio station at college, and I worked up through the ranks really quickly there. But like, I look at my friends who went to college, and they were involved in everything.
Right.
And so now when I think about college, like, I look at my friends list and I'm like, I only have like a couple really, really close friends, and that's all I need.
Right.
But no one outside of the radio station really knew who I was.
See, I did the same thing. Like, when I went to college, it was all about getting done and getting on with my life, because I went older. Like, I waited for a while, and like, I had none of the fun in college. I had 2 jobs working full time because I had to pay my way through school, so I had none of the fun. So I'm going through this process with my daughter right now. I want to teach her to be responsible and to work her way through school, but I also want to like make it affordable for her so that she has room to have fun and enjoy it and have the college experience. And also, too, like for me, I'm wrestling with that go for your dream because I never went for mine. I took a job instead of like staying in my band, which was really on the brink of hitting, and I gave up just a little too soon. But for her, I'm giving her the exact opposite advice. I'm like, you go for it. I want you to look back when you're 40, whether you made it or didn't make it, and go, I moved to New York and I gave it a shot. Like, I'd want that for her, but it cost me more money to do that. So that's a tough one I'm financing that dream for her. So Betty Rock, what is the thing that you wish you had done?
I think mine would be right when I got out of high school, I went straight to working. I had no desire to go to college. And I think, looking back, that's smart because I had no idea. What I'm going for now, I would have never thought of back when I was 18.
Right.
But I do regret those 4 years of just working and being lazy. Like, I was just lazy and I just worked. That's all.
Yeah.
And it was like I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to do radio, but I just didn't try. And I don't even know why. It doesn't make any sense. But for some reason, I was just like I was disappointed with just working, but then in a way I was like, well, I don't care to even try right now.
Right.
And I don't know why it took me 4 years to just be like, okay, now I'm going to do it.
But it's weird, though, that, you take that time and what you think isn't, like, being beneficial, but you spent time learning radio, and then you ended up with your dream job and working with me.
Well,
and so, ultimately it led you to me, which is, your gift in life.
Yeah, because if I had come sooner, it would have been the Betty Show.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Yeah, you could have owned this thing. Or you would have quit. If you had gotten to win.
I would have quit.
Yeah. All right, so we'll take yours still. 877-91-WALLY is the number. This is the Wally Show, and one of the biggest things that you can struggle with in life is regret. I wish I had done this, and that's kind of what we're discussing right now. So, Dennis, what is something in life that maybe you haven't done yet that you kind of regret?
Well, I've got a foot up on you. I've already lived around the world when I was in the Marine Corps, so that was cool.
Yeah, that was one of the things on this list, taking a job outside the country, and that's something that's always been a dream of mine that I haven't done yet. So I still have time. I'm not dead yet. I have a chance to accomplish this.
There you go. Well, my wish is to see the rest of the United States. There's so much here that I haven't seen.
That is true. When you start looking at trips, it's easy to go, well, let's go to London or let's go to Paris. But there is a lot of stuff here to see. There's a giant ball of yarn in one of the states. That's a good one. That ranks up with the Eiffel Tower.
Right. But to me, I'm closest to God when I'm in the wilderness. So my desires are to see the Grand Canyon, Yosemite, the natural places.
Yeah, there are some beautiful state parks and national parks that we have that are so worth exploring. Here, spoiler alert on the Grand Canyon, big hole in the ground.
Oh, you ruined it. I was going to go there next week.
I know. I've been there. I literally spent 15, maybe 30 minutes at the Grand Canyon. I walked to the edge and went, man, that's kind of cool. That's impressive.
Do you think that made God cry?
I think so, yes.
It's look what I did to show you how great I am.
Yeah, Grand is a little overstating this.
I mean, it's a ditch.
The OK Canyon.
It's so tragic.
This is the Wally Show, and in life, it's easy to regret things. And so, to try to live a life where you have no regrets, I think is a great way. But I think we all have things that we're like, man, I wish I had done that. So, Candace, what is your big I wish I had moment?
Well, I'm doing it now, but I had wished that I had started school college right after I graduated high school. I'm going to school right now, but I feel like I've wasted a lot of time up until this point.
You know what, though? Good for you for getting back in and making that dream come true. That's what Betty Rock's doing.
Right. And Candace, I get what you're saying, but, you may have approached it differently, may not have gotten good grades, or may have gone for a whole different degree that you may not have used if you had gone when you were 18. Now that you're older, you kind of know what you want to do.
Look at this. This time at CCU, at Colorado Christian University for Betty Rock, it's just making her wise. That is great advice. You're absolutely on point, Rock.
Thank you.
You are so smart. This is hitting you. It's working.
This is awesome. I appreciate that, Betty. And I think you inspired me, too, to go back.
Oh.
What? And you're a hero. Yeah. Look at this, Rock. You're the
so
wind
cool.
beneath someone's wings.
I am the Barbara Streisand.
Yes, you're the Barbara Streisand of education. This is the Wally Show, and we're talking about regret and things that we wish we had done, because there was a list of things like starting your own business or going back to school. Those are some of the common things that made the list. But what is that for you in your life?
One thing that really kind of weighs on my heart is that I didn't tell people that were close to me how much they meant to me. And now I'm living with this filth of guilt and regret because maybe if I'd have just told them that, then they would still be here with us. Maybe they wouldn't have taken their life and we'd still be here together.
Yeah, that's a great one, man. Like, because too many times in life we have people that we see every day and we don't really take the time to tell them how much we appreciate them in our lives and what they've meant to us. And then you're right, man. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. We don't know what the tomorrow holds, and they can be gone. And that's a good way to live your life, is making sure that the people in your life know how much you love them and appreciate them.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm going to tell Becca tomorrow.
I'm right here.
All right, that is going to do it for the podcast. We were still trying to decide on lunch and if Pie 5 has deals today, because apparently it is National Pie Day, which I'm very excited about.
And do you know why it's Pie Day?
Well, because pies are yummy. Why else would it? Well, you got a day for everything else, but
it's
why not
because
that?
it's March 14th, 3.14.
It is so dumb.
That is so nerdy.
It is so dumb.
Yeah,
How far can you go?
I love that you didn't even know that.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. It's 3.41.
No,
you're already out.
Like 3.14.66362.
Was there another point in there?
3.14.
Did I catch a point in there?
6636691. No, there's not a 2. 66. There's a bunch of sixes. I think that's where it goes.
Okay, so you do know pie.
Yes, thank you. I think I've proven that.
Oh my gosh.
Can you extrapolate it out there, Becca?
No.
No, see?
I can. 3.1415926535897932.
There was a 2 in it.
264338332. I would go on.
It
but
must,
I
be a
don't.
movie,
amazing.
it must be a movie quote she's repeating.
How is that you did that, Rock? That's absolutely astonishing.
Well, I'm just amazing. Going to Colorado Christian University.
It's paying off for you, and you're not even taking sciences yet. That's fantastic.
Or math.
Yeah, or anything.
I couldn't even get past the math class.
I know, you did drop the math, yeah. Betty's like, hey, I dropped it, so I don't have to take it again, right? No, you still have to actually take it.
It's terrible.
Zach can help you with the math stuff, though.
Someone, I did tutor people in math in college. Someone
Nerd.
in Japan has quoted pi with 111,700 digits.
What? Holy
length.
cow.
That's crazy.
But Betty knows like half of those, right?
I could totally beat that guy. He's an idiot.
And what's the point of that, honestly?
I don't know.
Like, my daughter right now is, and I try to be as honest as I can with her, and like, so I'm like, we're trying to look at her schedule for next year, and she's going to take college algebra or something that she's already had way beyond that in high school. And so I'm like, look, girl, you already know all the math you're going to need for your life. Like, because you're not going into the sciences. You know, you've got enough like on the accounting stuff, and you'll take personal finance. You know more than you're going to ever need to know, because all of this is just a waste from you at this point in time. But I love the fact that you're putting into it, getting A's, and like you're learning to problem solve. Like, that's the
it's
benefit.
not about learning math. It's learning how to process things and think
It was
and
still
solve
dumb.
problems and how to...
It was still dumb.
Yeah.
I remember in our senior class, they halved out the dumb people and the smart people.
Where'd you end up?
Really? Is that a question?
I asked
really?
it. Hey, at least I asked. I didn't
I was in the
assume.
dumb class.
I know, at least I asked.
I was in algebra.
See?
But the thing is, my teacher, Miss Chris, I asked her, I said, is there any way I could go to the smart class? Like,
Trigonometry.
Yeah, that thing. And she just laughed at me. She didn't give me an answer. She just went, I was like, well, I guess that's a no.
Yeah, I guess I'll
Okay.
lower that bar a little bit more.
It was so terrible. I used to ask her, I said, what is this going to do for me? You know,
Right.
like, this isn't going to help me at all. I remember when we were taking our last exam, I didn't get taken out of it, of course. Like, if you made good grades,
Right.
she'd be like, if I call your name, you don't have to take the class. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm not going to. Nope, she skipped my name. So, of course, I have to take it. Then I get there, and she's like, okay, where do I need to start in the book to help you understand and pass this exam? Let's start at the beginning,
Right.
Miss Chris, because
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. It's terrible.
Math is like such a waste.
It's horrible.
Now there are things that I wish I had learned better, like geometry because like now if I'm building furniture, like knowing the formulas, I have to go up and look things
You
up.
should go to Colorado Christian University and take a class.
If they have a class in table building, I'm in. But I do have to go back through and I wanted to do this pie flavored. Speaking of pie, I'm still like a pie in the brain. I wanted to do a round Lazy Susan with wedges, in different colors and stuff. So I had to figure out what the angles were based on that 360, and then what each angle I wanted it to be, how many it would be, and all that stuff. And I had to look up a formula for that because I couldn't figure it out. So I'm dumb, but that's okay.
Are they all equal sizes?
What, the pies?
The wedges?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
you divide 360 by, whatever you wanted it to come out as. But then the way I was doing it, I was having to split one of the angles because one was a straight side.
Oh my gosh, no one cares.
You need a bisector?
Yes, exactly.
This is terrible.
Yeah, see,
losing brain cells.
That's why
I don't have many to lose.
Well, that's why you were in the dumb class, Rock.
Well, that's all right with me. I barely passed.
All right, that's going to have to do it for the postcast here today. Do we have anything else we got to cover? I don't think so.
No.
Okay, we're good.
I will give you a little teaser. We're working on a webpage redesign that will allow us to put content in with each podcast episode. So, like, had we had that built, we could have put those pictures of Joey and Becca in there.
Oh, that would have been
and that
awesome.
kind of thing. That'll be fun.
Or the link to the quiz from today.
All that kind of stuff.
Okay, well,
that'll be there in like a month or two.
Oh, well, there you go.
It'll be fantastic.
Moving forward. Glad Pledge Drive worked out. So we could actually do that.
It'll half work.
Yeah, who are we kidding? You don't get any of that
It'll work
money.
93% of the time.
Fantastic. Which is almost what, Becca?
Because that's what we reached, the goal.
We did?
We're 93% of the goal.
Oh, so close. Just a couple more potties stepping up, we would have made it. But that's okay. All right, that's going to do it. We are done and out of here. And did anyone get a coupon for Buy 5 yet? That's all I care about today.